Each time that I have been humbled and brought to my knees is countless. It would be easier to revert back to old unproductive safe habits, but in doing so would mean staying in the exact same place, rendering everything that I've just endured in vain. Instead, I've chosen to stand up and go again, to adopt and adapt, and looking back, I now see that was growth. To reinvent yourself is not difficult, it's just unfamiliar. From the moment we enter this world, we are bombarded with directives on what to care about, what skills to acquire, and which paths to tread. Our parents, our schools, our friends, our partners, our bosses all wield influence, shaping our goals and aspirations to fit their preconceived notions of success. I'm sure for the most part it comes from a place of care, but it can also suffocate you. To open up the aperture of our perspective, we must first confront the often uncomfortable truth that we are not in a state of perpetual stasis. Many people walk through life under the delusion that who they are and the world around them will always remain the same. This static viewpoint blinds us to the constant flux and motion of life, from the subatomic level to the vastness of the universe. The real bottleneck lies in our reluctance to accept and direct this inevitable change. Each of us has a line in the sand moment, a pivotal point where we are forced to take stock of our lives and decide whether to continue on a current path or to seek alignment with our truest selves. By recognizing these moments and embracing the fluid nature of existence, we can begin to consciously evaluate our direction, creating a life that truly reflects our authentic identity. For many, the journey of self-reflection begins from a moment of crisis, a point where the old ways of living no longer serve us. We are forced to look inward. This was my experience when I found myself completely down and out 15 years ago, saying to myself, this is not me. This is not how I will conduct myself. Growing up where I did, the societal pressures of drugs and alcohol are thrust upon you. I decided then and there that I was going to press eject on a predetermined life. Now stripped of all distractions, I had to face the reality of my situation and ask myself hard questions about why I ended up there and what I needed to do to change. This line in the sand moment was the beginning of a long journey towards understanding and aligning with a truer version of myself. I'm creative in nature. I'm curious about life and the workings of business, so I introduced them back to my life and began. It taught me that we are always in the process of becoming, and that change, though often uncomfortable, is a necessary part of growth. Another significant challenge in the journey of reinvention is the common misconception that change can occur overnight. This belief breeds impatience and a tendency to give up when immediate results are not visible. The main point here is the failure to appreciate the protracted and often messy process of meaningful transformation, which demands persistence, resilience, and willingness to endure discomfort. Everyone has the line in the sand moments where they must decide whether to push forward or retreat to unfamiliar and unproductive habits. Societal pressures and judgments can amplify feelings of self-doubt and isolation, making it even harder to stay committed to the path of change. But true reinvention involves gradually opening up to new possibilities and building new habits over time that help us maintain our vision and ultimately achieve a life that aligns with our deepest values and aspirations. Now, such defiance comes at a cost. The journey to self-discovery is fraught with obstacles, chief among them the disapproval of those we hold dear. Take it from me, friends may drift away, family ties may strain, and the very fabric of our identity may fray under the weight of dissenting voices. It's a painful reckoning to realise that those closest to us may never grasp the depth of our vision, shackled as they are by their own limited perspectives. So stop expecting you from other people. And therein lies the first step towards self-discipline, the recognition that no one else can grant us permission to pursue our dreams. We alone hold the key to unlocking our potential, armed with the knowledge and insight that others may lack towards our goals. It's a leap of faith. It's a plunge into the unknown, but it's also the only path to true fulfillment. The obstacle is the path. One of the most significant insights I gained from my journey is the importance of patience and perseverance. Reinvention is not a magic trick where you snap your fingers and everything changes overnight. It requires deep understanding that a real change happens in small, often uncelebrated steps. It's about building new habits and behaviours that, over time, lead to significant transformation. The slow and steady approach is akin to the process of training for an ultra-endurance event, where success is less about speed and more about the ability to persist through discomfort and fatigue. But how do we muster the strength to defy convention and carve out our own path? By cultivating clarity and then employing focus and honing our vision for the future by engaging with unwavering precision. Self-discipline, far from being a Herculean feat, is simply the byproduct of knowing what we want and refusing to settle for anything less. The time is going to pass. You may as well do something that will bring you eventual joy. Failure to act will make you miserable, so define what success is to you first and foremost. Is it to wake up in a good mood? To have a certain number of funds in your bank account? Practical steps facilitate this process of change, including setting realistic incremental goals and being consistent in your efforts. Start by identifying one small habit that you can change or introduce into your daily routine. Now, this could be as simple as dedicating 10 minutes each day to meditating or mindfulness, journaling your thoughts, or committing to a brief exercise routine. I would recommend taking 1 hour a day to fully submerge yourself in what needs to be done, and then you will see that there is actually quite a lot that needs to be done. But these small actions, repeated consistently, can lead to profound changes over time. And I'm aware that in a world awash with distractions, maintaining such clarity can feel like trying to hold on to a handful of sand in a hurricane. Our attention is pulled in 1,000 different directions, our minds cluttered with noise and chatter, leaving little room for meaningful progress. But it's here that we must learn to silence the clamour, to carve out space for our goals amidst the chaos. This means saying no to the countless temptations that vie for our attention, whether it be the siren call for social media or the allure of fleeting pleasures. It's a process of ruthless prioritization, of recognizing that every moment squandered on frivolity is a step further from our true calling. But self-discipline is not merely about saying no. It's also about saying yes to the things that truly matter. It's about embracing the beautiful discomfort of growth, of pushing past our limits, of expanding our horizons. It's about recognizing that the path to our version of greatness is paved with hardship and sacrifice, but also with profound moments of clarity and purpose. So, without further ado, this is the pain-free way to reinventing yourself. Sit alone, no noises or distractions, and think about what you do daily, your actions and your reactions. When things get tough, which comforts do you seek? When things get better, which pleasures do you indulge? This may sound innocent, but I assure you, this is the first room of the house that we must tidy up. Set small, achievable goals. Change doesn't happen overnight. These could be as simple as dedicating 1 hour a day to fully indulge into where you want to pivot to. The key here is consistency. Over time, these small changes will build up to significant transformations. Surround yourself with supportive people. Reevaluate your relationships. Are the people around you supportive of your growth? Seek out mentors and peers who inspire you or uplift you. Sometimes this means distancing yourself from those who don't contribute positively to your journey. Remember, you are the average of the 5 people you spend your most time with. If you cannot find them around you in physical form, then I assure you they exist online. Embrace discomfort. Understand that growth comes with discomfort. Embrace it as part of the process. When you push past your self-limiting beliefs and expand your horizons, you're paving the way for true reinvention. Do not shy away from the hard work. Create a quiet space for reflection. Use this time to reconnect with your goals and assess your progress. This practice will help you maintain clarity and stay focused on what truly matters. Practice ruthless prioritization. Learn to say no to distractions and temptations that do not serve your long-term goals. This means turning off notifications, limiting social media time, and prioritizing activities that align with your vision. Stay persistent and patient. Remember, reinvention is lifelong work. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So stay persistent and patient, and be kind to yourself and patient to yourself in becoming someone you have never been before. Celebrate small victories along the way and keep your eye on the bigger picture. With time, dedication, and action, you will see the fruits of your labor. It's not difficult. It's just unfamiliar right now.